Have you ever heard of Napoleon Hill's classic, Think and Grow Rich? For almost 100 years, people have been reading this book because it promises one thing: a single, powerful secret to success. A secret that was supposedly the hidden engine behind some of the greatest fortunes ever built. And in the next few minutes, we're going to see if we can unlock it together. The story starts with Andrew Carnegie, one of the wealthiest industrialists of all time. Carnegie challenged a young Napoleon Hill with a mission. Find this secret. Study every successful person you can. Then share it with the world. And he told Hill something shocking. This secret isn't just mine. I've passed it on to people like Thomas Edison, Henry Ford, Rockefeller. This wasn't theory. It was a real-world playbook used by the greatest minds of that era. So what is this secret? Some hidden formula? Some ancient wisdom? No. Hill's first clue is this: the secret is already inside you. Everything begins with one idea. You have complete control over your own mind. And the first way you use that power is with something Hill calls definiteness of purpose. This is not having a goal. This is knowing with absolute laser precision exactly what you want. Not wishing, not hoping, not maybe someday. Hill says, a mild wish will never create success. Only a burning desire does. The kind that turns into obsession. To show what this looks like, Hill gives a legendary example: the Henry Ford V 8-engine story. Henry Ford had one desire: to build an engine with all 8 cylinders cast in a single block, the V8. His own engineers told him, "It's impossible." Ford didn't care. His answer was simple: produce it anyway. A year passed. The engineers returned, "It can't be done." Ford didn't blink. "Go right ahead. I want it, and I'll have it." That unbreakable desire forced the impossible to become possible. Eventually, his engineers figured it out. That's the power of definiteness of purpose. And then the $1 million story. A preacher named Frank Gonzalez vaguely wished for $1 million for 2 years. Nothing happened. But then one day, that foggy wish turned into a decision. He declared, "I will have $1 million within 1 week." The result? He received 4 times that amount, $4 million, within 36 hours. That's the difference between wanting and deciding. When you get absolutely definite, opportunities rearrange themselves around you. But desire alone doesn't win. Hill says you also have to pass the test of persistence. He personifies failure as an old man failure. And failure has one weakness: it cannot handle persistence. Failure will try to knock you down. It will discourage you. But if you refuse to quit, failure eventually gets bored and walks away. Hill even suggests a mindset shift. What if every setback is actually life testing your resolve? A filter that separates the ones who quit from the ones who rise. To prove this, Hill gives another incredible example. Fannie Hurst, a writer, submitted the same story to the same publisher, not once or twice but 36 times. 36 rejection slips from one person. Her persistence was so unshakable that the world eventually had no choice but to give in. At this point, we've seen desire and persistence. But before anyone can use these fully, Hill says you must first defeat the enemies inside your own mind. He identifies 6 basic fears. 1. The fear of poverty. 2. The fear of criticism. 3. The fear of ill health. 4. The fear of losing love. 5. The fear of old age. 6. The fear of death. These fears paralyze the mind. So Hill asks a simple question: which one of these fears is haunting you right now? Naming the fear is the first step to breaking its power. These fears lead to destructive habits: procrastination, indecision, hesitation. Hill argues these aren't personality traits. They're just habits. And habits can be unlearned, replaced, and reshaped through conscious thought. Once you've identified the fears and habits that are holding you back, everything else begins to fall into place. This is where Hill reveals the final, ultimate secret, the one Andrew Carnegie passed down to him, the one he found echoed in the minds of every successful titan he studied. And the secret is surprisingly simple. You are the master of your fate because you have the absolute power to control your thoughts. That's it. That's the entire secret. Your thoughts create your desires. Your thoughts fuel your persistence. Your thoughts conquer your fears. If you can control your mind, you can control your destiny. This isn't just a motivational slogan. Hill lays it out as an actual process. A repeatable formula that anyone can use. Here's how it works. Step 1. Create a burning desire for something specific. Not a vague wish. Not a hope. A desire so strong it becomes emotional, intense, and unforgettable. Step 2. Build a definite plan to achieve it. It doesn't matter if the plan isn't perfect. It doesn't matter if you don't have all the resources yet. What matters is having a clear direction and taking immediate action. Step 3. Apply persistent action no matter what comes your way. This means refusing to quit when the world says stop. Refusing to bow down when failure knocks. Knowing that persistence is the force that bends reality in your favor. Step 4. Master your fears. Fear is the greatest enemy of success. Hill says fear destroys imagination, kills decision-making, and weakens your desire. Mastering fear unlocks the mind's full power. Hill's final message is about a huge mental shift. Success and wealth are not rewards for working hard. They are the natural result of making definite demands on life, backed by a plan and persistence. Most people wait for luck. They hope something changes. They wait for the right moment. But the people who win, the people Hill studied, don't wait. They decide. They demand. They act with clarity and confidence. And then Hill leaves us with one last metaphor. Life is like a checkerboard. Your opponent is time. And time does not tolerate indecision. You now hold the master key. You have the same power the giants of history used to create their success. So here's the question that matters now. What's your next move?